Welcome to ETH Daily, a daily briefing on the latest in Ethereum. Here's your latest for Wednesday, November 26th, 2025. Ethereum reaches a 60 million block gas limit. ZK Sync publishes part 2 of its ZK token utility proposal. The Ethereum ecosystem hits an all-time high of 31,000 transactions per second. And Uniswap's unification proposal passes a temperature check vote. All this and more starts right after this message. This episode is sponsored by Archive, an Ethereum-aligned data layer for Web3. Archive merges guarantees of blockchain with the performance and flexibility of traditional databases. Find out more at archive.network/daily. That's arkiv.network/daily. The Ethereum block gas limit is now 60 million gas. The increase was hit at block number 23,880,151. The limit is automatically increased after more than 50% of Ethereum validators signal the increase. On Ethereum, the Layer 1 block gas limit can rise without a hard fork when enough validators adjust their node configurations to propose blocks with higher limits. Increasing the gas limit enables each block to carry more data, thereby boosting transaction throughput. The increase is part of broader efforts to scale the Ethereum Layer 1 capacity, which has doubled from 30 million to 60 million just in the past year. Vitalik Buterin noted a possible 5x gas limit increase in the near future. Several active Ethereum improvement proposals aim to push the increase further, including EIP 9698, which proposes a 100x increase over the next 4 years. ZK Sync published part 2 of its ZK token extension proposal, explaining how its native interoperability can serve as the cryptographic coordination layer for institutions. ZK Sync's interop replaces fragmented networks by enabling private and public chains to verify shared state directly via ZK proofs, while institutions can continue to use traditional rails like Swift and SEPA. Built on ZK Sync's Prividium architecture, which are private ZK chains anchored to Ethereum, Interop turns siloed workflows into verifiable, standardized events without intermediaries. As institutions coordinate across chains, the resulting message flow could form the basis for potential ZK token utility through interop verification fees. The proposal remains open to community governance feedback. And lastly, the Ethereum ecosystem, including Layer 2 networks, have hit a record peak throughput of 31,000 transactions per second in the last 24 hours. Lighter, a perpetual-focused ZK rollup with $1.2 billion in TVL, topped the throughput charts with about 5,400 transactions per second, followed by Base with 137 transactions per second. In other news, Uniswap's unification proposal passes a temperature check vote, and over 80,000 wallets sign the Trustless Manifesto. There will be no daily briefing over the next 2 days in observance of the US holiday. We'll see you on December 1st. This was a roundup of today's top news stories in Ethereum. You can support this podcast by subscribing and following us at ETH Daily. Also subscribe to our newsletter at ethdaily.io.